Welcome back to another edition of Drop the Mitts Hockey Podcast, brought to you in partnership with Primetime Production. Today we are joined by Northeastern defenseman Jackson Dorrington. Jackson, how you doing, man?
I'm doing well. Yeah, I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good, man. I can't thank you enough for taking time out of your schedule. Obviously, I know you got a lot going on, coming off a huge win against Harvard, man. Talk to us about that game. I mean, crazy ending. And now you guys get to go face BU on Monday.
Yeah, no, I mean it was a great win for us to keep the streak going. But yeah, I mean it was pretty resilient by the group. We were down 2-1 going into early in the third. So um, and yeah, I mean Gunnar Fontaine with the OT winner,
Dude.
like that's just what he does.
Yeah, dude, you couldn't have written it any better. Like again, that guy, he's so clutch. Dude, talk to us about that play. I mean, again, you guys were so resilient all game. It was just a battle with with those boys over at Harvard and physical game at that. And talk to us about what you remember from finally getting you boys winning it.
Yeah, I mean, I saw our captain Justin Coven just coming down the ice, and then he faked a shot, passed it back to of course it was G Gunnar
Yeah.
Fontaine. Then he finished it and went to go sell it with the student section. But yeah, it was awesome. I just gave Nux to our trainer and then joined the little whatever the hugs.
Yeah, dude, and like I mentioned, it was an overly physical game, and like I texted you that there were a couple of plays, you threw the body a little bit. Talk to us about Harvard's physicality and how you guys were able to match that.
Yeah, they wanted to get a little chippy, so
Yep.
I thought I could match that. Like we got a couple guys that like to play that way, so it's always fun playing those games and kind of like if they're gonna bring it, then I'm gonna bring it, and maybe some games it's like our guys are gonna bring it, and then other teams will have to match too. But like those games are always the most fun.
Yeah, like dude, like I said before, like I don't remember who it was, but that flop was absolutely brutal. I was like, I thought I was gonna get hit with that dude's stick sitting up in the rafters section. But yeah, man, and you guys move on to take on a team like BU. Obviously, they've been, one of the top five teams pretty much all year. Pretty much all college hockey is talking about, Macklin Celebrini, Lane Hudson. What's the mindset that you have going into a game where, you're playing a couple guys? Obviously, you guys are, on a heater yourselves. What's the game plan going into a game like this, and how do you look to kind of not I guess slow down guys like Celebrini and Hudson?
Yeah, I mean, like you always want to know when they're on the ice, but I don't think our main focus is just like shutting them down. Like we have to make sure they're worried about us.
Yep.
Not kind of playing towards their game. Like they have to play towards us and like try and shut us down. So like obviously when guys with that caliber are on the ice, but um, our whole game plan isn't just shutting them down. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, 100%. And I wanted to talk to you too about, you mentioned that this heater that you guys are on, this win streak that you're on. What's been going right for you guys? I mean, obviously you guys are winning games. You guys are winning, you're mucking it up, and obviously that was coming off this huge win versus Harvard. What exactly is going right for you guys as a team?
Yeah, I mean, like early in the season, obviously, like you could say we dealt with some injury trouble, but like we were right there in a lot of games. Like we lost a couple OT games. Like we were right there. Like Quinnipiac lost in a shootout. Like we had a lot of chances. Lost to BU in OT as well.
Yeah.
And now like we got some puck luck. Like we're starting to get some chances. Boys are finishing. Um, like it was that one weekend we started with Merrimack, and then we've been rolling since. So I think everyone's just moving around the ranks great right now. And it seems like every time like it comes around bean pot time, like we start to heat up. So it's just
Yeah, dude. I
kind of what it is.
seriously. Yeah, and man, you mentioned I was at the game, and man, your fan section too, like they are so passionate about, their Northeastern hockey, and obviously the Harvard section was, the band and a couple parents, but man, talk about playing with in front of those fans. I mean, they were chanting back and forth, and they couldn't, Harvard couldn't really match it. Like it was an electric atmosphere, especially for a 5 o'clock slate.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. I mean, they're there every game. Like they're traveling to road games for us. There's a core group of those fans that would die for us, and like it's just awesome. Like having them, seeing them in the stands every night, cheering for us, and yeah, I mean it's not like any other place. So.
Yeah, dude, it's gonna be like what do you think it's gonna be like playing? Obviously, it's gonna be a night game. It's not gonna be that 5 o'clock slate. It's gonna be literally primetime hockey. BU fans, Northeastern fans, like what do you think it's gonna be like playing in front of, obviously in the garden. You're a mass kid. Like what's that gonna be like, man?
Yeah, it's gonna be unreal. We got to play them in the first round last year, and it was pretty juiced for the second game. But yeah, I think it's gonna be a whole another notch up. Like both of our schools have great fan
Yeah.
sections. They're gonna bring a lot of people, so they're gonna be chanting from the start of warm ups. Like warm ups is gonna be
Yeah.
juiced, and that's when you got to soak it in.
Yeah, and I mentioned before you're a Mass kid, you played at Cushing, what's your favorite memory of the Beanpot so far? I mean, obviously being Mass guys, like it's every kid's dream to play, as far as college hockey goes, like in this tournament. What's your favorite memory that you've had playing in Beanpot?
I mean, it has to be just winning in the shootout versus Harvard last year. It was unreal. Like you grow up, everyone's like missing practice to go to the Bean Pot. I took my official tour here to the Bean Pot. Like that's
Oh
all
my
it's
God,
about.
dude.
Like everyone knows about the Bean Pot around here. So just getting to win it was an unreal experience.
Is that what sold you? Like being at the Beanpot, just in that atmosphere? Like what was it about Northeastern and its program that kind of drew you to ultimately choose them to be your school?
Yeah, I mean, like the history, like in the recent success the program's having, I wanted to be a part of it. Like, there's a lot of guys that were going through like playing pro, a lot of defensemen too. So, I mean, pair that with being in Boston, having a great academic school, great coaches, it was a no-brainer. So
Yeah,
that was obviously the cherry on top. So.
yeah. Were there any other schools that you like seriously considered, or was it like as soon as were at Northeastern, you kind of just fell in love and that's all she wrote?
Yeah, I mean, I was looking at a couple other schools, but like once I got the offer from Northeastern, I was like, I like this a lot, so
Yeah.
it ended up working out. So I was happy with that.
I kind of want to like transition a little bit to your Cushing days and talk to you about what Cushing did for you, like how crucial and how important was Cushing Academy. Obviously it's one of the elite prep programs in New England. They're pretty much always a wagon. Like what did Cushing do for you, like not only on the ice for your development but off ice stuff as well?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, like I went there when I was 14 years old. I moved away from home. Going to boarding school when you're 14 years old is like it's pretty scary. Like
Yeah.
you're obviously not cooking for yourself and stuff like that, but like you have to grow up. Your mom's not there to do everything for you. I did go with my brother. My brother went there at the same time as me, which helped out a lot. But yeah, there's a lot of growing up to do. But like that school, like there's everyone cares about hockey there.
Yeah,
Um,
dude.
like whether it's our half season team, like we have our half season team out of the Cushing rink, and then you go right into the season. Like you're playing like 50 games a year,
Yeah.
um, and yeah, like there's tons of kids that go there like play D1. Like we have 5 Cushing kids on my team this year, which is like a crazy amount.
Yeah, dude,
But yeah,
when you said that, I like looked, I had to go back and look at that program. I was like, the big papers that they give you. I was like, holy shit, there is 5 Cushing kids. It's wild.
yeah, no, it's crazy, and just to have like those kids that are motivated that much in high school, just being around them every day and having the coaching staff there, just helps out a lot. It was awesome. It was an
So,
awesome experience.
you mentioned your brother being there. Was it like a huge culture shock for you? I mean, obviously you mentioned, yeah, you're 14 years old and like how were you able to kind of, get through that, that because that is a tough time, man. Being 14 years old, moving away from home, like what really helped you? Was it just being able to be around the guys all the time? And, you seem, pretty busy, school, hockey, like what helped you get through that phase of just uncomfortableness and um, culture shock?
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely um, just be going to the rink, like going to the rink every day, because that's like what you love to do,
Yeah.
and like that gets you away from everything that like could be like you're in high school, like you're meeting new people, like it's awkward, like you might be uncomfortable at times. You're going to new classes, but like going to the rink every day, that's like where you're comfortable. And that's kind of what got me through it. And also having my brother there helped me a lot. So that was a great
Yeah.
experience.
Yeah. I mean, man, always, having family around that always helps. Um, obviously you were drafted to, you were just at the Vancouver Bees game. You were drafted by Vancouver 6th round. Um, Man, what was it like when you heard your name and you were selected by Vancouver? What was that moment like? What do you remember from that day?
Yeah, it was an awesome experience. It was just my family. Like we didn't go to the draft just because there's a lot of uncertainty. I didn't know where I was gonna go.
Yeah.
So we didn't go, but my grandma was there, and we were all watching in different rooms. And once my name got called, I was like, I didn't really expect to be picked by Van. But it was an awesome experience, and I honestly didn't know that much about Vancouver, just like it being the farthest team away from home.
Yeah.
You're not really like you're not watching like the 10 o'clock games all the time, like
Right.
growing up. But just getting to learn about the organization, the city, like they care so much about their program. So it really is an awesome place to be a part of.
Were there any other teams that you kind of had a feeling you might go to, or was it just like a complete shock that you went to Vancouver? Like, did you have any other teams in mind that you kind of thought were interested and just it didn't work out that way?
Yeah, I mean there was a couple teams, but like honestly don't even remember like exactly the
Yeah.
teams. Like, but I was totally shocked that Vancouver picked me. But yeah, I mean it worked out, and hopefully it works out down the road.
Have you had a chance to get out there yet?
Yeah, yeah, I've been out there for development camp twice, so that was awesome.
Yeah. So as far as development camp, like what was your biggest takeaways from those? Because obviously it's a lot of on ice stuff, but as well as off the ice nutrition stuff, talking to different people within the organization. What were those obviously you mentioned you've been twice now. What was that experience like for you?
Yeah, I mean it's a great experience. You get to meet all the staff. That's like one of the things they really harp on is you're getting familiar with all the staff. Like everyone's on a first name basis. It's not just like the on ice stuff, but like we're doing skills every day. It's all about development. Like they're not there. You're not making the team out of development camp. Like you're gonna show some people like what you have, but it's all about like just getting everyone better, like meeting the other prospects. Um, yeah, I mean it was a great experience all around, on and off the ice, and like they're they're teaching you about obviously like all the nutrition stuff, all the off ice stuff, like if you're in the right training program at home, like what you look for in a trainer, like stuff like that. So it really does help.
Yeah, man. And with you playing at such a high level right now, Hockey East is some of the best hockey, in the country right now, even, just in hockey in general. Is there a guy in playing in the NHL right now that you kind of try to emulate your game after or see a little bit in your of yourself in? Just as far as like how you play defense?
Yeah, I mean there's a couple guys I like to watch. I like Jacob Slavin.
Yeah, that's a good one.
He's a big two-way guy, and I also like Adam Pelech on the Islanders as well.
Super
Those
underrated.
are two guys. Yeah,
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 he's
he's a great
super
great
underrated.
player.
Those are two good comparisons, but um just another one, man. As I do these episodes, obviously have had like a ton of local guys on, like yourself. Aiden McDonough, a teammate. Another Mass guy. What would be your biggest piece of advice for kids, younger kids playing the game right now, who are trying to make it to a high level, play college hockey, and then even above that? Like, what would be your biggest piece of advice as far as like on ice stuff, off the ice stuff that they should be kind of focusing on?
Yeah, I mean, like I think once you decide like that hockey's like your path, like um, don't just go all in. Like once you're in high school, like you can start to specialize in it, but like don't just go all in. But like once you're in high school, you can start to focus in, like dial in. Like you got to be working out in the summer. Like it's not just when you're on the ice. Like that's not the only time you can work on your skills. Like you got to be stick handling, shooting pucks. Um, you really got to like focus and kind of like be creative in different ways that you can get better. It's not just going on the ice like twice a week in the summer, and like you're not going to get that much better by doing that. Like there's a whole other realm to it. So
Yeah, man. That's the awesome advice. I appreciate that. And like I said, we get people that listen to the pod and they kind of want to know like what advice you guys have. So I thought it was kind of a cool thing to add on and see like what you guys did when you were younger. But that seems to be the popular answer, man. It's like once you figure out that hockey's your path, just to go all in and just maintain that passion. Don't lose that, right? And
hmm
I want to go back to the northeastern side of things, man, because I'm so fired up for this bean pot. What's been like the talk in the locker room, like with you boys and obviously with your leaders, like what's been the message, getting ready for this huge game? Because this is as big as it gets, man. Like this BU team has been rolling. You guys are rolling right now. You guys are starting to play like, the team everyone knew you guys could be. You're coming back from injuries. You guys are getting some good bounces. Like, what's the message in the locker room for you guys?
yeah, I mean we're not going to back down from anyone, especially at this point in the season. Like the way we're going right now, like they should be backing down to us. Like we have confidence in ourselves. Like we're going and expecting to win this game. So we're just going to prepare to do that, and the outcome will show itself. You know.
Hell yeah, dude. I'm so fired up for it. And obviously I was at Northeastern for a little bit and then, the VA decided to tell me I'm not going there anymore. So I'm rooting for you guys. I was so fired up to see that OT win, man. I was all fired up, but thank you so much again for taking the time. I know you're a busy guy again, and I wish you and the boys, I just had Gunner on last week, so man, it's awesome time to have two Northeastern boys on. So wish you guys the best of luck, and I know you guys are gonna fucking come out flying, and hopefully we can get out there and get a W.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Of course, man.
Everyone appreciate it. Yeah, it should be a fun one.
Awesome, man. Take care and best of luck to you. Appreciate it.
All right, take care. Bye.
Take care, man.